Hello there. Several years back, I was a frustrated person because my life was not changing as fast as I wanted it to change. And that's the story of most people in our world. Most transformation efforts fail at the individual, organizational, and even national levels. I discovered the transformation secrets. I applied them to my life. My life has changed radically. I've been teaching those secrets for 30 years or more. I have had thousands of stories of people whose lives have changed. And on Saturday, the 8th of February, 2025, it's going to happen again at the Echo Hotel and Conference Center. It's the Shift Conference. We're going to share powerful transformation secrets. We're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Success Power. And we're going to release my new book, Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. This is going to be revolutionary. You can't miss it, can you? Register right away and see you on 8th February.
I joined the Circle Group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 Days Reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it say as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things. And it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Hello, I am delighted to let you know that my newest book, Shifts, 6 Proven Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership, published by John Wiley, is on pre-order right now. Shifts contains 6 powerful steps that will help you master the process for transformation. It is established in our world. Most transformation efforts fail, both at the personal, organizational, and national levels. But I have experienced transformation many times in my life. I call them shifts. And I have the process down to 6 powerful steps. So order your copy of Shifts now. Shift.samadeyemi.com. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence. The first-class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful. It was strategic.
Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to our Leadership Live for today. Wow. Thank you, Will. Says, I'll post everywhere about the impact you have created in my life through your transformative messages. Thank you. That is the sweetest thing I get to hear, right? That's what gives me the greatest fulfillment, that people's lives are changing. So welcome. Good good afternoon, good evening, or maybe good morning, depending on which part of the world you're joining us from. As we usually do, this is a global event, always a global event, but just to be sure, I'd like to know the city and the country you're joining us from today. We're going to dive quickly into our discussions, but let's have a feel, right, of where we are around the world. I see Shego from Glasgow. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Kalawale says, countdown to shifts, go live. Yes. February 8, 2025 is going to be an extraordinary day in this work that we do, because that's the exact 30th anniversary of the first time ever people had my voice on radio saying, welcome to Success Power. I am Sam Ademi. All right, thank you. Akinwale is joining us. Toluwani, right, from Ondo State. Fantastic, thank you. Oh, Fidel from London. Amazing. Desire is in Lagos, Nigeria. Israel is in Belfast, in the UK. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Femikade. Thank you. Oh, wow. Adelaide in Australia. Amazing. Thank you. Temitope from Nigeria. Thank you. Rich is in California. BL Machinini. Oh, Lillian is in South Africa. Amazing. Paul is in Djibouti, Nigeria. Dayo is in Dakar, Senegal. Elvis is in Lagos. Felix also in Nigeria. Deola is in Lagos. Thank you, everyone from Lagos and Abuja. And Olu is in Canada. And Kola is in Glasgow. That's it. It's a global thing, right? Good. So, Happy New Year, right? Happy New Year. I wanted to share with us, this is what we normally do, right? This is what we normally do. I'll talk for a few minutes and then you can ask me the questions you want to ask. And today we don't have that much time. In fact, I don't want to keep people too long because it's past 10 p.m. already in Nigeria, right? So good. We are a leadership movement. That's who we are, right? They say that the fish rots from the head. I say wherever the head goes. That's if you look at a cow, right? Wherever the head goes, that's where the rest of the body must follow. That's why they call leaders the heads, head of the family, head of the organization, head of the department, because the decision-making takes place in the head, right? Good. And John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. So we need leaders to succeed in normal conditions. We need leaders more to be able to succeed in rapidly changing conditions. And 2025 is looking like that kind of a year. Have you heard already that the World Health Organization declared a public health emergency from something that is going on in China? the way we started, right? In 2020, we prayed wouldn't go that far this time around. I'm just saying you have no control over the factors that create disruptions. The only thing is disruptions are inevitable. It's like they're predictable. We may not be perfectly sure where they're coming from, but if you pay attention to those small things in the news, those little things that are just emerging, usually you won't be taken by surprise. But our discussion is about leadership, right? Yes. Thank you, Samuel from Canada. So we need leadership in rapidly changing conditions, right? Now, in our movement, our definition of leadership is not the occupying of a position at the top, whether in a business or in a family or in government. Leadership is a process or a system of processes. Leader is a personality. Most people focus on the personality, but usually it's bigger than that. What you are dealing with most of the time is a culture, leadership culture, a culture that influences your own thinking without you thinking about it, right? So for the most part, our world will change when we, as individuals, accept that we all have leadership potential. I have leadership potential. I never thought I did. You have leadership potential, whether you think you do or not. You are created with the capacity to influence. And what we do here in our movement is to be intentional about the way we use our influence, right? The way we build it and the way we use it. All right. All of us can lead. Everyone can lead. You say, oh, what are the chances I become the president? Forget about the presidency. Start from where you are. There's leadership in your family. There's leadership in your neighborhood, in your community, in your school, in your organization. There is leadership. Use whatever little opportunity you have today for rehearsal. You absolutely have no control over where you'll be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? Good. Let's make 2025 our best year so far. Let's make 2025 our best year so far. So, I was appointed youth pastor of my church close to 35 years ago. There was no youth fellowship in existence. And I was appointed, to head the fellowship that did not exist. I love it because that was the first test of leadership. Leaders have got to be able to create something out of nothing. That's the essence of leadership, right? Your inner eyes have to be open. You've got to have the capacity to see what others cannot see with their physical eyes. That's the essence of leadership. That's what makes you inspirational. That's why people want to follow you. Because when you talk, you don't only talk the present, you talk the future. You don't only talk reality, you talk possibilities. Yes, I requested for an opportunity to talk to all the young people in the church after a service, and I spoke to them. Right? So this discussion is about creating opportunities. Creating opportunities this year. So, immediately I tried to sense the needs of the young people, not only in the church, but in our city. And then I challenged the young people in the church. I said, you know what, since we are here in this city, we've got to make impact on this city. We've got to make impact on this city. We've got to make impact. Good. Let's organize, an event and pull in young people from all over the city. And we knew it was only an entertainment program that would do it. So we called it the Youth Carnival. But this is where I'm going. As we planned the event and all the things that would be done, there would be plenty of music, a lot of music presentations, there would be drama, there would be comedy, We had some of the young people that were extremely humorous, right? There will be drama. And then, of course, there will be preaching, you know, and there will be prayer for people. That was something amusing, right? There was something amusing about the event. I think we ran it for, was it 2 days or 3 days? And in all those 3 days, 2 or 3 days, I did not go upstage to do anything. When I look back now, I find it amazing, right? That I mean, as the organizer, right? You know, as the head of the team, I should have taken the spotlight, right, to talk to people. But I walked myself out of that. I derived the fulfillment from being the one organizing and being the one deciding. Thank you, Stanislaw Ndum from Cameroon. Thank you for joining us. Amos from Niger State. Thank you for joining us. Oh, by the way, can you share? Can you quickly just share the link, right? Share the link for this discussion right now, this live program with someone, because honestly, it's going to be revolutionary. And I'm going to land my point in the next few minutes. I'm happy. I look back now and I'm happy at the fact that I did not struggle for the spotlight. Rather, I focused on putting other people under the spotlight. I focused on presenting other people, allowing other people to display their talents. And I'm telling you, those young people were very highly talented. The musicians, so many. Thank you, pastors, Sam Team, Chicago. Thank you so much. Wow, Ndum, thank you. This is your story, right? Thank you, Kofi from Togo. Amazing, amazing. And Paul from Lagos, thank you. Okay, so thank you for joining us. So you remember, share, pull someone in, right? To listen to these and to participate and probably ask the question in their minds. So I derive fulfillment from, you know, allowing other people to take the shine, right? To be under the spotlight, to display their potential. It did not take anything from me. Isn't that amazing? By the time we were done, it did not make me any less a leader than I was before we had the event. In fact, I was more of a leader by the time we were done. Honestly, I was more of a leader. I had more acceptance from people by the time we were done, because I was able to rally them around to do it the second time and to do it the third time. And then a big opportunity opened up, because this happened in the middle belt of Nigeria. And then our church wanted to open up a branch in Lagos. And I mean, it was a common thing on people's tongues that I was the right person to go, right? Okay, so this is where I'm going. Leaders create opportunities for others at all levels. Leaders think opportunities for others. I can't repeat it enough times. Leaders create opportunities for others at all levels. If you really, really have a vision, right, to be great, make others great. If you have a vision to be wealthy, make others wealthy, add value to others. Wisdom is always counterintuitive. If you're going to be humongously successful in 2025, you got to kill selfishness. So over the last 2 weeks, I was sharing my story with people at Daystar in Lagos, you know, talking to them about why February 8th is just going to be such a big date, you know, because it's the 30th anniversary of Success Power. And I shared again the story. I got the inspiration for Success Power, my being a speaker, teaching success principles and leadership, and starting the church. I get the inspiration for the two. I got the inspiration for the two in the same revelation, same inspiration, right? Now, I had been in a season of intense prayer because I was feeling frustrated. I felt like, I was getting stranded. I applied for visas to travel out of Nigeria. I was being refused the visas, to go speak in other countries. And it just seemed like the doors were closing around me, and I was a bit terrified, right? And I began to pray out of my frustration. What's the next level? How do I move forward? And the inspiration I got was not about me. It was to set up platforms to reach other people. And the first one was radio. It was like twisting my brain, right? I'm asking about how to be successful, how my life can improve, right? And then the inspiration I get is go on radio and teach other people how to succeed. I was wondering, wait. Should I not be successful first? I'm trying to be successful first. I'm trying to have money first. I'm trying to break through first. Should I not break through first before I teach other people how to break through? And I found that it just never works like that. The inspiration that I got, I will forever be grateful. Because when I stepped out, I have been wondering why. I love to teach. I love to read. I love to study. I love information. I love to process it. I love to break it down. I love to present it to other people in a way that they can use it, right? Teaching is a gift for me. Wisdom is a gift for me. Fine. But nobody was inviting me to speak. I got a few. But it was not the kind of invitations to speak that I wanted to get. These kinds that I was getting, they were the kind where you went to speak, they did not give you anything, or they give you fruit juice, right? And things like that. So no. I had a family to feed and all that. But the moment I went on radio, focused on other people, began to share the principles I have been reading in books on how to succeed, boom, my brand exploded. And then the invitations began to pour in. That was a big lesson for me. Wow. When I took the focus away from myself and my succeeding, and I put it on other people, then I began to succeed. The invitations began to pour in because in the first place, they did not know my name. They did not know what my message was. Now they knew the name and they knew what the message was. Any conference that had to do with success, then it was likely my name was going to come up. But that did not happen until I took the focus away from myself. I went on a media platform, and began to serve people en masse. I would meet people later who would tell me that at their offices, whenever it was close to the time of my broadcast, people were running around the office. Who has a radio? Who has a radio? That guy is about to start. He's about to start, right? The best way to be selfish is to be unselfish. That's my discovery. Should I say it again? The best way to be selfish is to be unselfish. If you grew up in a part of the world that is resource deprived, where that is not developed, where there isn't prosperity to go around like that, there's a lot of poverty, you may already have a cultural setback. And I need you to pay attention to that, because the poverty in the environment, that deprivation, tends to focus your attention. Even when you're a believer in God, your whole prayer is focused on what to get, focused on how to meet your basic needs. And that may be setting people back en masse, because I was there. I can say it. Listen to what King Solomon said, right? That very wise king in the Bible. Listen to what he said. Proverbs 11, 24 and 25, New Living Translation. He said, give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Wow. And they said this was the wisest king in the Bible. Wow. Wisdom is counterintuitive. Listen, if you're going to have exponential results in 2025, you have to get ready to go against your former way of thinking, right? Sometimes what you think is working for you is what is working against you. Should I read it again? What King Solomon said. Give freely and become more wealthy. Give freely. Oh no, I thought the way you become more wealthy is to acquire more and keep what you get. Acquire and keep what you get. Acquire and keep, then it will build up. Solomon says, no. You give freely and then you become wealthy. Amazing. Be stingy, he said, and lose everything. Let me read those two verses from the Message Bible, right? Another translation, the Message Bible. Proverbs 11:24-25. It says, the world of the generous gets larger and larger. The world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. Oh, wow. Wow. So this is the point. Generosity expands your vision. Generosity expands your vision. You think only for yourself, your vision is small. You think for 5 people, the vision gets bigger. You think for 20, the vision gets bigger. How do you add value to 20 people? How do you feed 20 people instead of feeding just yourself? That's what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about. How do you... seeking accommodation for yourself is one thing. Seeking accommodation for 100 people, that means you're becoming a landlord. See what I mean? Generosity expands your vision. One of my close ones, who used to be an executive director at a bank, a New Living Translation, New Living Translation and the Message Bible. So he was an executive director at a bank, and they invited the richest man in Africa, right, to come talk to them because they were on a retreat, the executive management, and they said, we need our customers to talk to us so that we know where to improve. And they brought him in, Alhaji Dangote, and someone asked him a question. Why are you still building new businesses? I mean, some of us know that he just built a refinery, right? The first private individual to do that in Nigeria. But this was even many years ago, like 20 years ago. Why are you still starting new businesses? Why are you making your businesses bigger? You're already so rich. You should never be poor again the rest of your life. He said, I've gone past looking for what to eat. I've come to realize that when I provide a job for one person in a place like Nigeria, in an environment like Nigeria, I'm sustaining 5 to 20 people. I'm helping that person to provide shelter for maybe 5 people or more. I'm helping the person to feed 5 people or more. I'm helping the person to pay some child school fees, helping the person to put clothes on people's backs. So to me, creating a job is generosity. Oh, wow. I'll never forget it. Like I said, it was over 20 years ago, but I'll never forget it because it shifted my brain. That it's one thing for you to give someone money, right? But when you are truly rich, your definition of generosity goes beyond giving people money. And that actually brings me to the essence of what I'm saying today. So if you're a business person, what should you do? If you are going to have exponential results this year, Focus on other people. Focus on other people. First, your greatest opportunities are going to come through people. So when you want to approach anyone, let's say, for example, you actually know the person has what you need, right? Or the person is in the capacity to help you. Rather than just want to take something from someone for free, think win-win. Think win-win. I am right now describing the reason why a lot of people blow their chances when they meet wealthy people or successful people. They blow their chances because those wealthy people can read their selfishness from a long distance. You can't approach other people focusing on only what you will get. No, think win-win. So that's what I'm trying to say, right? What opportunity can you create? What value can you create for the other person? If you want to get people's attention, speak what rich people call the language of opportunity. Okay? Speak the language of opportunity. Most people speak the language of request. No, speak the language of opportunity. So when you approach someone, you are thinking, yes, what you will get, but also thinking what they will get. Okay, let me describe how this applies to you as an employee. Whatever it is I am paid a month, my employer needs to get times 10 of it. Yeah, the work that I'm doing needs to contribute times 10 of it. If you're in business, whatever it is, I'm giving someone a service or product, it should result in times 10 of value. They should get times 10 of the value. I mean, I'm a coach, for example, right? So if someone maybe attends one of our paid events and pays $1,000, I want the person to get at least $10,000 out of applying whatever advice it is I give them, right? That is the language of opportunity. Nobody resists offers like that. You will attract people like a magnet. You will attract opportunities like a magnet. Okay? You will attract opportunities like a magnet. As an employee, when you function at that level, you will function way above average. You won't be part of those that they're serving queries, or giving problems or imposing some discipline. No, because you've already set a standard for yourself that is way higher than the one the organization set for you. Whatever it is, I am earning. And that's a standard rule that an organization is supposed to pay you 10% of the money you're making for the organization. One of my friends who's a businessman said they were conducting interviews and they asked a gentleman, how much would you like to earn? He mentioned a big amount of money. They said, fine, how much are you going to earn for the organization? And he was dumbfounded. He was actually shocked when they asked him, how much will you make for the organization? He was stunned. So they said, wait, that money you said you want to earn, where do you think the organization is supposed to get it from? Right? Of course, they did not employ him. Who wants to employ a selfish person? You get my drift now. So if you're going to get exponential results, you'll be amazed how this can radically change your life when you approach other people thinking win-win, thinking of opportunities for them, thinking of how to add value to them. I remember one of my mentors, when I just got close, I was just getting close to him, getting to know him, right? And then I would go to his office and then I'll wait and wait and wait. And sometimes I'll wait for hours. I'll not be able to see him. And I was getting frustrated. And one day I thought deeply about it. And I realized why. I realized I was not the only person that wanted to see him. I realized there were so many other people. And he still had to do his job, right? I now realized I was not the only one at the reception. And I realized practically everybody wanted to take from him, wanted to take his time, wanted to take his wisdom, wanted just the blessing of being around him and so on. I said, how do I separate myself from this crowd? Then I made up my mind. Every time I go to see him, I'll take a gift along for him. It worked. It separated me from the crowd. Whenever I told him I wanted to see him, it was not a burden for him. Okay, it did not weigh on his mind, because that's what happens with takers. At the end of the day, when you've established a reputation of being a taker, whenever you tell someone I want to see you, or they even see just your text message before opening it, their hearts skip a beat because they're not sure what you want to take again. So speak the language of a giver this year, right? Think of opportunities. I'll tell you how we've applied this in the last few weeks. So we have a conference coming up in Lagos, Nigeria, right? On February 8th. And then there's a media house, for example, that we approached and said, okay, can you run our adverts? We saw that it's a lot of money, right? So we said, okay, you know what? We have over 3.5 million followers on social media, and we're going to advertise these real heavy paid and unpaid advertising. Can you run our advert on your publication? And then we will feature you as one of our sponsors, right? And then we'll give you this number of seats for your staff at the conference, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do that. And then we actually quantified the value that we're giving, and we make sure that the value we're giving is more than what we're asking for. That is the language of opportunities. You just, oh, thank you, Lorena. Thank you for joining us all the way from Croatia. Amazing, right? Okay, so as we go into 2025, this is my short take. This year, don't focus only on what to get. Think, okay, so somebody says, oh my God, over 3.5 million people follow you on social media. Yeah, I think it's about 3.7 million to be accurate. So why do they follow you? Oh, because I give them value. Because I give them value. Whatever I'm giving right now is free, right? And people pay actually to get advice from me, right? Some people pay tens of thousands of dollars to get advice from me in a year. So I'm giving. I want to create opportunities for everybody. I want this year to be better for you. I want it to be radically different, actually. That's why I have to think about what to say today. I want this, and I just remember this one thing that changed my life completely, changed the trajectory of my life. Because I experienced deprivation as a young person. I was desperate to succeed, desperate. But then I found out the more I focused on myself, the more I was trying to succeed for myself, the more difficult it was. And then when I got it and just turned the thing around, when I was going on radio, I had no idea where I would even get the money from for the production and the airtime. You know, the amazing thing, the money showed up. The money showed up because it wasn't money for me to spend on myself. It was money to give me the opportunity to speak to thousands and probably millions of people. Right? I can't tell how many times maybe I've eaten at a restaurant and then they came and said, oh, somebody paid for you already. Right? So this year, let's speak the language of opportunities. When you're approaching anybody, think very well before you go to them. If you need anything from anyone, think very well before you go to them. Okay? And think for your boss. Think for your boss. Think very well. How can you make 10 times your pay for your company, right? Think for your clients. As a business person, think for your clients, okay? Fantastic. So I hope this is helpful. Is this helpful to anybody? let me leave you with a question. Let me leave you with a question. So if you if you remember me through this year, right, I want this question to be ringing in your head. How many people do you regularly share opportunities with? How many people do you regularly share opportunities with? Someone is saying, oh, actually, I need something. Oh, my daughter has this challenge. Do you know a doctor that can do something about it? Someone has a legal problem. Do you know a lawyer that can help them? Right? Okay, you get what I mean? Yes. So when someone mentions they have a problem, they have a challenge, is there someone on your phone? Is there a contact you can give them? Can you do an email introduction between two people? Right? This year, speak the language of opportunities. Create opportunities for other people to prosper, to flourish. Okay? And then let's see how it's going to work. Because it works. It's coming back. It's coming back. Wow, okay, good. I want to take some questions. But if this is helpful, help me to type yes in the comment. If I get 5 yeses, then I will know that this was worth the while. Okay, our first leadership live for 2025. Fantastic. Was this helpful? If I get 5 yeses, I'll know it was worth it. If not, I'll talk for another 1 hour. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Oh, thank you. I got them already. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to answer some 2 or 3 questions. Thank you, everyone. Oh my God, that's a torrent of yeses, right? Thank you. So meanwhile, right? Meanwhile, the week of 3rd February is just such a special week. I don't know how it worked out like that. It's the kind of a thing that divine providence works out. On the 3rd of February, to be my birthday. On the 5th of February, that's the date for the release of my new book, Shifts: 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. That book is revolutionary. It contains 6 steps. It's a methodology, right, for transformation. Methodology for transformation that I have applied to my life for decades. It's powerful. The SHIFT is an acronym. Stands for see, hear, insight, formulate, transform, succeed. 6 powerful steps that change your life. You'll be amazed. That methodology drives the media, drives the entertainment industry, drives the educational sector, it's amazing. So yeah, the link is there. Shifts.samadeyemi.com. Shifts.samadeyemi.com. If you're using a system, you can point your phone camera at the screen. The QR code is there, or just shifts.samadeyemi.com. I created a page for it, and you will see the links because it's on pre-order right now, right? It's on pre-order right now. The release date, remember, February 5, 2025. All those that pre-order, you get your copies on that date delivered to your addresses, okay? It's been published by John Wiley & Sons, New Jersey, here in the USA, one of the biggest publishers of academic books all over the world, massive distribution globally. It's on Amazon.com, it's on Barnes & Noble. Yeah, it's still on pre-order. It's on Barnes & Noble. It's on Porchlight. Especially if you want to do bulk purchases, we recommend Porchlight. It's on bookshop.org. And then in the USA, Target is selling it. Walmart is selling it. It's huge, right? In North America. Okay, good. And then, of course, the people that come to the Shift conference in Lagos on February 8th will be able to purchase copies. If you sign up for the VIP session, you'll get an autographed copy, complimentary. Or if you're one of our sponsors, you'll get some complimentary copies autographed by me. Yes, so the next thing you have on the screen right now, the QR code, is for the Shift Leadership Conference Lagos. Massive, powerful conference. 3 things we're doing. Leadership. It's a leadership conference. It's huge, right? So we will have sessions. I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to be sharing my heart on the latest powerful insights I have on leadership. I'm going to be explaining, sharing the Shift methodology. The interesting thing about the book and the methodology is I apply it to the individual. The Shift methodology, I apply it to organizations. How you can use it to transform organizations, I apply it to nations. Nations. We're going to see nations transform. And I'm saying that with a whole lot of conviction, okay? So if you are in the Lagos area, if you're in Nigeria, if you're in a neighboring country and you can fly in, it's just 1 day, 2 sessions. 1 day, 2 sessions. The general session is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the VIP session. So general session is for everybody. The VIP session, that's for C-level leaders. Now, I spend most of my time now with C-level leaders. C-level leader is CSO, CTO, CEO, COO, right? CIO, good. And founders and top leaders in government. Now, the seats are very limited for that session because it's going to be highly interactive and it's going to be strategic leadership there. We're going to be discussing factors that create disruption in our world, how you can recognize them, how you can build systems, fortify your organization to get ready, not only to withstand the shock from the changes created by those disruptive factors, but also to be able to recognize the opportunities in them and leverage them, right, to create growth for your organization. So whether the economy is going up or it's going down, your organization can succeed. And we'll, of course, talk about the leadership dimension to everything, okay? And of course, you'll be able to network with other high-level founders and leaders like yourself. So yes. I'll encourage you to register right away. The VIP session is filling up really fast. Very, very small number of people, okay? Very small number of people, okay? All right. I saw a question. Yes, from Dr. Uchechi. Did you ever learn how to speak? Yes, I did. You are looking at a retired, very shy man who used to find it difficult to, look into the eyes of an individual to speak. But here I am, right, speaking at global conferences around the world. So I had to learn it. It can be learned. It's so crucial to leadership that you've got to learn it, okay? Somewhere along the line, we're going to run some training on that, but it's something you can actually go online and begin to practice, okay? It doesn't matter how fantastic the ideas are in your head. You have to be able to successfully or effectively transfer them into other people's minds before those people can use those ideas to regulate their own lives and produce success, right? So, yes, I had to learn, I had to practice, I made mistakes, serious mistakes, my first few tries. Some of them were disasters, but I did not stop, right? And then you get better. Every time I have the opportunity to speak, I use it as a rehearsal for the next step. So generally, just prepare very well, right? My speaking, I speak like a pilot. I fly an aircraft, right? There's taxiing and takeoff. There's the flight, and then there's the landing. Just make sure you plan how you are going to start. And starting, you need to get the attention of the people and get them to be comfortable with you. A story, humor, usually good. And then the main body, maybe 1 point, maybe 2 points, maybe 3 points. depending on the purpose of your speech. Some speeches are for entertainment, some are for education, for information, right? Good. And then you plan your landing. When I just started, I did not plan my landing. So I was behaving like an aircraft that was circling the airport and circling, not knowing exactly where to end. You want to end with a story, you want to end with a summary of the points, and a powerful point line. You decide all that ahead. Write down your points. That will help. Well, Doc, I should send you an invoice for that, right? I just gave a mini seminar. All right. Dr. Femi is asking, at what point does helping others become hurtful? At the point at which you neglect yourself. The point at which you allow yourself to now become so run down, you don't have anything to give anybody. You got to find a balance. You got to find a balance. Just stop pretending that you are God. People's needs will never finish, right? So you need to have boundaries around your life. So as you're giving, make sure you're also growing. I'll leave it at that. More tips for how to apply this on a personal level outside of business. Okay. Let me see. So if I want to take a loan from you as a friend, right? How about I don't just take the money and bring it back. I tell you I'll add 10% to it or 20% to it, right? How about, is there anything I can help you to do, right? That's if you want to get close to a successful person, right? You want to get close to a successful person. If you pay attention, you'll be shocked at how successful people are missing small things sometimes, right? Small things. Their car is not being washed. They're struggling to take care of their kids because with their very busy schedule and things like that, you can just take the weight off them. They're struggling to write a book, right? And you could just record them and help them to flesh out whatever it is that they want to say, different things like that, right? Prevent is asking what strategies can be employed to make the opportunities created for people sustainable over the long term. Oh, well, that's a pretty broad question. But I'll tell you that the most important thing is for you to build systems. If it's possible for those needs to be met without you being there, physically running things, that's the only way, that's a major way something can be sustainable over a long time, right? So, in recent times, I've been talking about how my wife, Pastor Nick, and myself were away from Daystar for 3 straight years, away physically, and it was still running, right? The systems were still running because we had built systems and we had trained people to run the systems, right? So if you want to serve in a way that is sustainable, you've got to build systems. You've got to be able to break down the job, different parts of it, and to train other people to do what you're doing and to delegate the work to them, right? Right. Nafia is asking about Canada. Well. Bola Jojo is asking about London. We'll let you know. When we have enough people that need us in a place, then we'll go there. That's how it works, right? So what are the signs to note if an opportunity is to be taken? If it meets your needs, and if there's an alignment of values. Why is somebody creating an opportunity for you? Right? Sometimes the motives are not pure. Sometimes it's not legal. So for ethical reasons, you can turn down an opportunity, right? Oshego is asking, when are you having a leadership conference in the UK? We're going to put out, we'll do a test, right? We'll put out a wait list and then see if there are enough people that want us to come, right? As a fresh graduate, Tuluwani is asking, we have just a few minutes left, right? As a fresh graduate from university who is trying to figure out her life, who is developing life, how do I create an opportunity with one looking desperate and hungry for immediate results? So that's the point. What skills do you have? What do you know how to do? Let me tell you a story about someone, a young lady in Daystar, a lawyer. So she happened to come across a wealthy businessman into real estate, also in Daystar. And then, so she just asked him a few questions about the legal aspect of their work and found out that they had issues there. So she said, well, can I come in? I'll offer my services for free for just a few months, okay? For just a few months. But I can come in and help you look at how you structure your agreements and things like that. Oh, the gentleman said, oh, yes, come over. After, was it 2 months or so, they hired her. she was given value. She created opportunities for them, right? Oh, Yewande is asking, when are you having one in North America? September 13. We'll be coming back to Maryland. We were there 2 years ago, right? Yes, we'll be back in Maryland September 13. We'll put the wait list out very soon. Almost there for today's serious question. Why are Nigerians always affected by China's foods or meals? China ate meat last time and we were busy washing our hands here. Why? I'm not sure if I understand your question, honestly. But as to why problems are coming out of China, I don't know. The World Health Organization should advise us what is peculiar about China and why are biological diseases or viruses are coming out from China. You know, this part of this is serious international politics, right? All right. Now let me give you a frank answer to this one. I'm a fresh graduate. I've just completed my NYSC this month. I wish to attend SHIP, but I don't have money for registration. Grant me the opportunity to attend the meeting. The meeting is promising a turnaround. I cannot afford to miss it. I know that the team is complete already. I'm ready to work. Thank you. Thank you for the offer. You watch out for when we put out an announcement for volunteers and you can put in, right? Although we have limited room for that. So, but in the event, of course, that you don't get a slot there, I'll just say, you know what I have shared here today can put you in the position where you can afford 100,000 if you apply it. So if you can't afford it today, this year, you'll be able to afford it next year. It's not actually the hearing and gathering information that matters as much as the applying. And if you go on my timeline, go on X, go especially on Instagram, LinkedIn, we have this live session almost every week or every other week. Just listen, apply. I promise you, you'll be more than able to afford. Okay? So that use it as a challenge, okay? Just use it as a challenge. But there's a lot of free stuff out there that is life-changing. So thank you, everyone. Remember, right? February 8th, something big, something special is happening in Lagos, Nigeria. Shift shift-conference.com. Shift-conference.com. That's where to register. Hold your seat fast. If you're an employer, bring your employees. However inspired you are at the conference, it is your team that will determine how successful you are going to be. And many leaders after a conference are unable to effect the change they want to effect. I promise you. Okay. Pre-order your copy of the Shifts book. On Saturday, the 25th of January, Saturday, January 25, for 4 hours, we'll be holding what we call the scenario planning workshop. Only 20 C-level leaders will discuss the potential disruptions that may happen this year and how to leverage them to turn your work around, turn your business around. It's usually really, really powerful. So please watch out. Watch out. We would have, if you go on my Linktree, I would strongly recommend you go on my Linktree. Then you will see those other programs that we have for this year. Don't forget the C-Suite retreat in Dubai, July 8 to 11. The seats are almost complete. Send us an email, info@samadeyemi.com, and we'll talk to you very quickly to let you know how you could be a part of that. It's exclusive. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this live program today. Cheers to an extraordinary 2025 for you. I love you. I want you to succeed exponentially. I pray for God to give you wisdom beyond your capacity, favor beyond your capacity, open opportunities for you beyond your capacity, and help you to turn your dreams to reality. Keep you and your family in perfect health and keep your journey safe. Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. Bye, everyone.
Hello there. Several years back, I was a frustrated person because my life was not changing as fast as I wanted it to change. And that's the story of most people in our world. Most transformation efforts fail at the individual, organizational, and even national levels. I discovered the transformation secrets. I applied them to my life. My life has changed radically. I've been teaching those secrets for 30 years or more. I have had thousands of stories of people whose lives have changed. And on Saturday, the 8th of February, 2025, it's going to happen again at the Echo Hotel and Conference Center. It's the Shift Conference. We're going to share powerful transformation secrets. We're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Success Power. And we're going to release my new book, Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. This is going to be revolutionary. You can't miss it, can you? Register right away and see you on 8th February.